Pigeons are now 10 feet tall and out for blood. What's the plan? Carry a shotgun with me everywhere, and I'm loading with heavy buckshot. I think that when the pigeons are that big and out for blood, it's not buckshot anymore. It's the new bird shot. Blast them out of the sky with a shotgun. Raid a nest or two for hatchlings and build up an air force. Now the skies belong to me. Strap them with saddles. Sorted. Just mount them with the Argentavis saddle and go loot hunting. I buy 2 things. 1. A flamethrower. 2. Shares in KFP. My cat's been waiting for this moment all his life. I'd sick him on M. Whole species would be extinct by sundown. I would like to invest in this guy's cat. That's just dinosaurs with extra steps. Let's forget about the fact that they are out for blood for a second. I would want to avoid downtown areas or large cities, as this is where pigeons like to hang out. As we know, pigeons are not the brightest and will fly into windows of tall buildings. They are also much less maneuverable mid-flight at 10 feet tall, meaning crashing into things is pretty much inevitable. I do not want to be somewhere where there are large chunks of debris falling from the sky. Most cities like this would crumble within days. I would also not want to go outside often, which seems obvious. But staying indoors is almost as dangerous when you're dealing with pigeons like this. At any moment, one could land on your roof and cause a collapse. You would not ever be totally safe, as any above ground shelter would easily be destroyed. And if you are outside without shelter, you are basically a worm to them. You will have to survive on whatever supplies you have in your house, which is surely not enough. You will not be able to flee your state or country to avoid them, as the pigeons are everywhere. You cannot travel long distances, as cars would make you an easy target, and there are certainly no airplanes flying anymore. For a while you will still have internet, but electricity will be gone shortly due to the damage of electrical installations. You may have a backup generator in your home, but that energy will deplete at some point. Without electricity, there is no internet, so all news of what is happening will be gone, and you will not see any government issued instructions. People will have zero idea of what to do, and this will send the planet into chaos. Eventually humans would turn on each other, as we are now solely relying on our own survival instincts. Humans would become just as much of a threat to you as the pigeons. This is the apocalypse. Anything and everything is against you. It is only a matter of time until your unavoidable demise. Now back to the fact that they are out for blood. Not only can they kill you, they will kill you. Any effort to fight a pigeon without a weapon would be useless. They are killing machines and will crush or peck you to death in an instant. You cannot outrun them, as they are faster than you. You would surely need a weapon, although you cannot buy one because money doesn't matter anymore. You would have to find somewhere with guns without GPS, which most humans are incapable of doing. Furthermore, that trip to find a gun would be a death wish, as there are now pigeons and people that want to kill you. I would say the safest place to go is into a forest, as the pigeons would have trouble getting to you through the canopy above, and they are too big to fit between trees. Although, most of us don't live near a forest, and a journey to the forest would be very dangerous. If you were to go into a forest for safety, chances are you would not know how to survive on your own in the wilderness. You would have little resources and small amounts of food. You would have to rely on resources within walking distance of your camp. Navigation of the forest will be difficult, and you will probably get lost. You would struggle to survive and probably die because of your own bad decisions and lack of knowledge. Eating the wrong plants, drinking unfiltered water, not cooking your hunted meat properly, etc. Close bracket. Government officials and some of the richest people would have underground facilities that they are secure in. They could survive in these places for a very long time, although eventually they will still die. Even if those lucky enough to be secure underground were reproducing, the supplies will eventually run out and all people will die. The pigeons now rule the earth. You are prey and they are predator. There is no escape. We can outsmart them, sure, but brains don't matter when there are hundreds of millions of the most powerful predators humans have ever faced. Humanity will live its final years underground, scrambling to find ways to keep surviving, but ultimately burning out. This would be another mass extinction event, and quite possibly humanity's last. Not to mention that you will really feel it when they sugar on you. Placate them with bread. Take them and ride them into battle. Learn about the square cube law and try to weaponize that against them. If all their dimensions are the same, but bigger, I think the square cube law means they collapse under their own weight, hollow bones and all that. So the square cube law might weaponize itself right out the gate. Maybe the whole giant pigeon thing wouldn't be such a big deal after all. Well, until all those dead pigeons start to rot on rooftops in the cities. In all likelihood they'd be unable to breathe and distribute oxygen properly and would all die in a matter of minutes. Lungs etc don't scale all that well. This is one example of why evolution takes a while. Pretty sure the US Army and Navy have a contingency plan for this very thing. I'll stay inside my house while they do the mop up, then blame Russia on social media. Yeah, I'm thinking the naval station will take care of this for me. I see them doing drills all the time. Time to see what that destroyer can actually do. I bet they chum the water, like 4 sharks, then have target practice. Appropriately scaled up Alka-Seltzer tablets. Good idea, but Holothus to clean up the MS. Would it be any more of a mess than shooting them out of the sky with guns? Have you ever heard of the game Metro? It's in Russia. People live in trainways. It's just Fallout but Russia style. It was a book before it was a game. So, kids these days, I never heard of the book. Just looked it up. I read some of it. It was good. Looks like a business opportunity. Pest control just got a lot more exciting and profitable. Moo. Take out their batteries. Everyone knows they are just FBI surveillance robots. Make a house with an entrance too small for them. Make sure there's water and a farm, and you're set. Also keep a multi-tool for a confusing stabber. Befriend the pigeons with bagasse breadcrumbs. Then conquer the world. Hide in my bomb shelter with my closest friends or family. But when we run out, if rations we have a difficult conversation. Bribe them with my enemies, and agree to worship them in exchange for my life. I would get a lightsaber. I don't care how big the pigeon is. It is no match for a lightsaber. I would then try to recruit a small group of people who also have lightsabers and we would travel across the world protecting Pia. Pleb. Our group will grow over time as more people with lightsabers join us, but inevitably one person will leave the group and decide he/she/they side with the pigeons. This one traitor will eventually convince another member of the original lightsaber gang to join the pro-pigeon side. These two will fight alongside the pigeons to prevent the original group from our mission. Each side will assume they are on the morally right side. But it will be more complicated than that. Essentially. LLY. A similar plot to Star Wars will occur. Go somewhere too cold/hot for a pigeon to survive. And make a bunker there so that you and others don't freeze/burn. And or to prevent the pigeons from getting in case they evolve after time. Sharpen my katana and go ham. At least Ildar legend. Would you be able to hit anything vital with that? Would a sharp pole be better? Maybe if I practiced using it enough. But I'm just going for style points. Domesticate them and use them for meat/giant eggs clearly. Those things cold take out aeroplanes! Exclamation mark. At that size, they will not be able to go hide and roost for the night as easily. They won't be tucked under eaves or gables, and instead will end up being out in the open. 2 or 3 man crews to blind them with tactical flashlights and shoot them with a quality hunting rifle. Cook them up. Feed the homeless. I live in the UK, so guns are not a viable option for me, and the majority of people. My best chance is to find some kind of bunker or safe place where the pigeons can't get me, which is something I never thought I'd think. Close bracket. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.